Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Willow Corinthos will make a surprising request of Jason Morgan. Carly Spencer may be furious over this unexpected connection, especially if she sees it as a betrayal. Viewers will recall that Carly recently had a heated confrontation with Willow and even threatened to take the kids away from her. Thanks to Nana Reeves' urgent call, Jason arrived just in time to remove Carly from the situation before things could escalate further. Even so, it was an intense showdown, one that left both Carly and Willow shaken in the aftermath. Although Jack Brennan believes Carly's actions will provoke Drew Kane and sabotage his plans, Jason isn't a fan of all the ongoing tension. Since Jason values peace and believes the kids should always come first, that might be why Willow will turn to him during the week of April 21 to 25. Willow knows Jason is often a calming force for Carly and someone who keeps a level head, so she'll look to him for support. Drew continues to insist that he won't allow Carly, or anyone else, to separate Wiley Quartermain and Amelia Corinthos from Willow. In fact, Drew recently persuaded Willow to name him the legal guardian of her children in the event she becomes incapacitated or faces a dire outcome. However, now that Willow has signed the legal documents, she may be having second thoughts about the decision. This move could spark outrage from Michael Corinthos once he learns about her latest choice. Michael is making great strides in his recovery and would almost certainly oppose the idea of Drew taking custody of his children if anything happened to Willow. It's clear that Willow may have acted prematurely by agreeing to Drew's guardianship proposal. She likely realizes that Carly will have a strong reaction to this development as well, so doubts could start to creep in. Perhaps Willow will determine that the wisest move is to appeal to Jason and use his influence to work out the kind of compromise Nina has been encouraging. She may also reconsider the legal agreement with Drew now that it seems so drastic. Unfortunately, it might already be too late for that, especially since Drew appears poised to make moves that will take Willow by surprise in upcoming episodes. This could mark the beginning of Willow seeing a more unsettling side of Drew, so things could take a dramatic turn. No matter what happens, Jason will hear Willow out and then likely confront Carly soon after. Once Jason steps in to help Willow clean up this situation, Carly may feel deeply betrayed. From Carly's point of view, Jason should be fully supporting Michael, not entertaining whatever plan Willow might be crafting at the moment. Carly is going to lash out at Jason once he becomes the middleman in this chaos, potentially insisting that the time for compromise has passed. Since Brennan believes Carly holds the advantage, she may lean on his guidance over Jason's this time around. Just when fans thought things were starting to settle down after Jason's shocking resurrection and return to town, Willow throws the mother of all curveballs, and it's one that has the potential to completely reshape the dynamic between her, Jason, and Carly. As emotions run high and loyalty lines blur, the fallout could push relationships past the point of no return. Willow, still reeling from the roller coaster of emotions that came with her recent health crisis, is finally beginning to regain her strength, physically and emotionally. With her recovery in motion and her family beginning to rebuild after Nina's fall from grace, Willow is trying to find peace and stability again. But there's a gnawing sense of incompleteness in her life, and it's all tied to one person, Jason. Having witnessed firsthand the impact Jason had on Michael and Carly, Willow has been quietly observing how the town's most enigmatic enforcer has slipped back into the fold. And now, she's beginning to question her own boundaries and emotional needs. Spoilers suggest that after a deep heart-to-heart with Michael, in which his unresolved feelings about Sunny and Jason surface, Willow becomes fixated on a radical idea. She wants Jason to be a permanent fixture in their family's life. Not just as a friend or protector, but potentially as a godfather to Wiley. In a bold move that no one saw coming, Willow approaches Jason with a heartfelt and controversial request. She asks him to become more involved in Wiley's life, even suggesting that he take on a role similar to that of a co-parental figure. While her intentions stem from a place of emotional security and trust, the implications are explosive. Jason is stunned. He has always had a deep sense of loyalty to Michael, and by into a semi-paternal role, especially when his own life remains a question mark with enemies lurking in every shadow, is something he hadn't considered. Still, Jason is Jason. His stoic silence hides the swirl of emotion inside as he contemplates the weight of Willow's request. But while Jason takes time to think, another storm is already brewing, and it's got Carly's name written all over it. No one knows Jason like Carly. She has fought beside him, bled for him, and trusted him more than she's trusted anyone else. To Carly, Jason isn't just a friend, he's the other half of her soul. So when she gets wind of Willow's shocking request, her reaction is swift and intense. Carly sees the move as an emotional overreach. In her eyes, Willow, however well-meaning, is stepping into sacred territory. She views Jason's loyalty as something hard-earned, and sharing that emotional space with someone who hasn't been in the trenches with him feels like a betrayal. Spoilers suggest that Carly confronts Willow head-on in a fiery confrontation that leaves the Quartermaine mansion shaken. Carly doesn't hold back, accusing Willow of trying to manipulate Jason's loyalty, of dragging him into family drama he never asked for. It's a raw, vulnerable moment for Carly, who's still processing her own grief over Sonny, Nina's deception, and the way her once rock-solid world has fractured. Meanwhile, Michael finds himself in the most uncomfortable position of all. On one hand, he supports Willow's desire to surround Wiley with strong supportive figures. On the other hand, he knows all too well what Carly is capable of when she feels threatened. And that includes going nuclear on the people closest to her. Michael tries to play the mediator, urging both women to take a step back and consider what Jason wants. But that only makes things messier, as Carly accuses Michael of betraying her by siding with Willow, and Willow begins to question whether she's made a huge mistake. The entire family dynamic is thrown into chaos, and it's all happening just as Jason begins to weigh his future in Port Charles. Jason, of course, never asked for any of this. Since his return, he's been walking a tightrope, trying to make sense of the time he lost, the people who moved on, and the world that's shifted in his absence. Being pulled into Wiley's life in a more permanent role is not just about love, it's about responsibility, safety, and stability. Spoilers tease that Jason may initially try to decline Willow's request, citing his dangerous lifestyle and unpredictable enemies. But the tug of family, especially Michael and Wiley, is powerful. And Jason's protective instincts, combined with his loyalty to those he cares about, may override his self-imposed boundaries. Still, Jason knows that stepping into this role comes with a steep cost. He risks pushing Carly away. The very idea of hurting her, even unintentionally, weighs heavy on his mind. And so Jason becomes the man in the middle of an emotional tug-of-war between two powerful women who both see him as a cornerstone of their lives. With emotions running at an all-time high, the stage is set for a showdown that could reshape alliances across the board. Carly and Willow's relationship, already strained due to Nina-related tensions, now stands at a dangerous crossroads. If Willow doesn't back down, Carly could launch a full-scale campaign to push her out of Jason's orbit. But Willow, often underestimated, isn't as meek as she used to be. Her time as a cancer survivor, mother, and wife has toughened her resolve. She's not afraid to fight for what she believes is best for her son, even if it means clashing with Port Charles royalty like Carly Spencer. Meanwhile, Nina watches all of this from the sidelines, and rumor has it she may seize the opportunity to exploit this rift. A crack in the Corinthos family armor could be the exact opening she needs to slither her way back into Willow's life. General Hospital spoilers hint that Drew's vows to protect Willow and the kids may not hold up under pressure. One thing's for sure, nothing will be the same after Willow's shocking request, and in Port Charles, that's when the real drama begins. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.